Okie dokie then. What's going on, guys? Lotus What Ifs here, back with another video. I know my voice sounds weird than usual. I just woke up. Yay! Actually, my voice is naturally deep, so I don't really have a morning voice that much. It just gets a little deeper, or it just like sounds like distorted in some way. So that's kind of how my voice works. Like I have a slightly normal, like not like high pitch, but like normal voice. So I wouldn't say it's like that deep. It's like a little deep. Like this. Yeah, it's not that deep. So yeah. But like normally I mostly talk like this. Yeah. But anyways, let's start off with the what if. This is part two of what if Naruto was banished. Last time. Oh wow, that's a lot of damage. That's crazy, isn't it? Hold on. That wasn't too hard. Ignore that. But anyways, where was I? Ah, yes. Part two of What If Naruto was banished. Last time I left off, I said that somebody walked into the village. Now let us describe this big body, yellow haired nigga. Oh wait, we already described him. I'm joking. It's not a big body person. It's actually, it's the girl that married Shoji. Yeah, the one with the red hair, long red hair. Yeah, the one from the Cloud Village. So you may be wondering, what is she doing there? She's kind of here to scout people for like the fourth great ninja war. Now, it's about this time that Naruto is going to the village to buy food because Naruto he finished his training for like that whole month and shit like that. He talked to Hagoromo, many more niggas. Like I said, this man Naruto is big body. He killed the Otsutsuki King. Like, bro, you sure you want to go up against somebody like them? Like, I could say like at least one quadrillionth of his bloodlust could possibly put a man into cardiac arrest. Hell, it could possibly put them in a coma. So, yeah. Now, Naruto's clones are still making up jutsus and training them and the QI thing, but Naruto doesn't really find there to be a reason for the whole QI meditation. He's just doing the key one and the chi one cuz for some reason he just feels like there's no purpose to the QI one cuz he already maxed it out, so he has to get like the chi. Just get the chi and the key one. Actually, speaking of the key one, I'm actually gonna be making a new what if after this. Yeah, I know, right? I've been making a lot of new what ifs. What if would be? What if Naruto cultivated his key? I'll tell you the details when I make the video. But anyways, yeah. So she's going inside the village. Naruto, he's just walking back to his house, and basically everybody is just in the middle, just surrounding her and listening to what she has to say about like enlisting people for the war and shit like that. And Naruto doesn't really care. He doesn't really care. Sure, he met her, but he doesn't want to talk to people. Actually, she didn't even see him. She didn't notice him. Naruto, he's kind of like he's kind of like the person you don't often like. See, he's kind of like the quiet kid, but like you still notice the quiet kid. He's kind of like the quiet kid that you don't notice. Like the one kid that his existence is not known to anyone. So, yeah. So Naruto proceeds with his day and just walks, as basically she asks if there's any more people in the forest. Until one person speaks up and says, well, no, not in the forest, in the village. As this one person speaks up and says, well, he doesn't live exactly in the village, he actually lives in the forest. At first we thought he lived in that cabin, but we do not know where he lives now. It seems that he moved somewhere else. So it's kind of hard to find him. Naruto renovated that house of his to make it actually, make a separate room for the infants of clones. So, yeah. So, basically, she says, okay, I'll look into it. Just prepare yourselves for the war. And it's basically, what she does is, like, she will not recognize Naruto via facial features or anything like that. Alright, she will not recognize Naruto. She'll just think he's some random guy that refuses to listen to the Hokage's orders and stuff like that. So Naruto, like take in mind the whole Hokage's, like Hokage's as in standing with Reikage, Mei, Stone Village Hokage, Mist Village, Rain Village, Minato, third, and Tsunade. Quite honestly, I felt kind of sad having to make Tsunade seem like a bad person. I'm not really one to do that, because Tsunade, she's already 80 years old. Like, shit, that's a little too much stress for her. But still, such is life. We have to do what we have to do to entertain others. But it depends. It depends on what I have to do. Now, if I'm getting controlled in the process, oh hell no, that's not gonna end well. You're gonna end up with a dead body in front of you. Yeah, not a dead body of your people. No, 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 no. My dead body. Okay, dokie then. After saying what had to be said, let us continue. And if you're wondering, what have I said that had to be said? Just think about it, but slowly. Anyways, so she goes inside the forest, looks around, like she legitimately looks around for like half a day. Like half the day, she like legitimately looked around. Like she rented a whole room inside the village because they're gonna be departing in a week's time. No, not a week. 2 days time, because they have to prepare their whole plan and shit like that. Because the Great Ninja War is just like a year later. Naruto's gonna be 18 by then. So, and is Teneri still gonna be alive? Yeah, Teneri's gonna be alive. Kaguya is still alive. But there won't be no Momoshiki or anything like that. Why? Cause niggas have been killed. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me do something real quick. Okay, I'm done looking for what I had to look for. So, anyways. Naruto, no, never mind, not Naruto right now, we're not talking about Naruto. She spent the day looking for Naruto. She finally found Naruto's house. Like, half the day. So, she knocked on Naruto's door. Naruto opened the door and he says, "Hi, how may I help you?" And she says, "I need your help," and she explains the situation. Because Naruto, he says, "No, I don't want to help you. If you're mad about that, you can go tell your Kages to come see me themselves." As she's kind of pissed by this immediately. She is pissed. Real pissed. As she's pissed and she tries to hit Naruto, knock him out, and drag him with her. But Naruto, too big body, could already see this was gonna happen, and sadly it didn't end well. Hold on. Yep, I got what I need. So yeah, Naruto, a little too big body. He closed the door immediately. Sure, she made a dent inside his door, making that little hole, but Naruto pushed that sword out the way. Quite honestly, he broke the sword and then he fixed it with wood element, and he just proceeded on with his day, while also putting a barrier around his door, making it so that she cannot come in, cause she can't break brick. So why try? And plus, it's bedrock, much stronger than brick. So yeah, Naruto moves on with his day, as she's pissed about this, and she tries to get Naruto to come every day for the next 2 days, but she fails, and she has to go to the Reikage and tell the Reikage what he said, and the Reikage, he was pissed, and he says, "Fine, I'll contact the other Kages and tell them that we have to go." And it's basically, he contacts the other Hokages, as basically the other Hokages, they agree that they have to do it like sometime between the next month. Hold on. So they all agreed on a specific day, and it's 2 weeks later after their whole conversation. So 2 weeks later, all the Hokages, Tsunade third, Minato, Mei, Gara, the Cloud Village Kage, Kaze Kage, Mizu Kage, and no, the Kaze Kage is Gara. My bad. Wait, is it? Yeah, it is. It is. It is. Sorry. So yeah, and the Stone Village Kage. So they all asked. So they all walk into the village, and everybody's quite fearful, thinking that they're under attack or just here to declare war on them or something like that. But they ask where the little boy is. Now, down they direct him to the forest and a little path that the girl has created. She knows his house, so she came along to show them the way. So she showed them the way, and basically, Naruto, he was quite honestly meditating right now on his couch in his on his couch, so he can't really hear anything. Why? Because Naruto, he's currently meditating with his spiritual, no, his celestial and his contracted beast. His contracted beast is much weaker than his actual Link celestial beast. Now, let me show you each. This is his celestial beast. I forgot the name. It's Azathoth. Yes, Azathoth. If you do not know who, if you have ever heard of Azathoth, you know, you know. If you have not, let me give you a brief description. Azathoth is the strongest being slash creature in all of existence. Normally, it's usually asleep, but if it wakes up, all of his existence will be wiped out. So, yeah. But you know, I highly doubt that this is true. Yeah. But anyways, next is his contracted beast, which is this big ass dragon. Like I don't know why such a fucking thing exists. Like whoever made this nigga was just aiming to make a big ass dragon. That nigga tail not even there to be shown. Like shit. He long as hell and big as hell. He's actually bigger than the dragon that was in What If Deku was built different. Maybe I should have used this motherfucker. Nah, if I did, it would have been dangerous. We can't have that. But anyways, yeah. So basically, Naruto, he's meditating right now. He's been in seclusion for the last 3 days. All right, he's been in seclusion. Seclusion, also known as indoors meditation. Yeah. Actually, meditation usually happens outside for like fresh air and stuff like that. But yeah, he's over here. He's meditating, and it's basically they've the Kages have been. It's like been an hour since they arrived in front of Naruto's door, just knocking the until Tsunade and Kaze. Oh yes, Kaze Kage is the Cloud Village. I'm so slow. I can't remember any of these motherfuckers' names. Ah. Cloud Village Kage and Tsunade, they punch the door, dropping the door actually, as basically Naruto, he has the swords next to him on each side. As Naruto, he's just in his house meditating and floating and stuff like that. As they all walk into his house to see a floating person just meditating. As they look around the house and stuff like that, and the Cloud Village Kage sees something very familiar. And that's the sword. And he says, wait, those swords, I only gave them to one person. As they look up at Naruto and the Stone Village Kage, Rain Village Kage, Cloud Village Kage, and Mei look carefully at Naruto's facial structure as they all point and said, "It's you!" As Mei, being the loving woman she is, she jumps up on Naruto and starts hugging him and says, "It's you! I thought you wouldn't come back. I thought I wouldn't see you again." Like not in a lovey-dovey way, but like in a spoiling way. Like she wants to spoil him some more. So yeah, as Naruto, he's finished like meditating with his creatures. Now, Naruto woke up as a Thoth. He woke up as a Thoth cause he has the power to actually counteract as a thought's ability to erase existence when he wakes up. So existence doesn't have to worry and fear anymore. Yeah, as long as Deku, as not Deku, Naruto is around for now. Yeah, I'm still in the habit of saying Deku in my what ifs of Naruto, but it's getting cured. Oh God, oh wow, I just noticed that my voice was ass. Okie dokie then. No no. Hold on. Okay. All right then. Sorry about that. If you heard all that coughing, that's like two coughs. Yeah. So So Naruto he wakes up and his eyes open up and he says, "Huh? Wait a damn minute." As Naruto says, "Who are you guys and why are you in my house?" As basically Tsunade gets pissed and she says, "You don't know who we are? We're the Kages, nigga." Not nigga, but she says, "We're the Kages, you insolent brat." As Naruto, he looks down and says, "Oh, so you're the guys that wanted to bug me all day about me coming to that war." Yeah, I don't care about the war. Quite honestly, my care for the war is very little. As Mizukage says, "Kid, what happened to you?" As Naruto says, "Huh?" As she says, "You were so sweet." As he says, "What do you mean?" As they all explained their parts in Naruto's life, and Naruto was like, "Wait, you guys are the people I met while I was walking around?" As as Naruto, as they said, yeah. As Naruto says, "Oh, what happened to those other guys?" As as they're wondering, "Other guys? What are you talking about?" As Naruto says, well, while I was walking, I met these people. First, before I met any of you, I actually met this guy in I don't know what village, but he said that his name was Zabuza and the other one name was Haku, I think." As there says, "What? Hey, what? He met what? He met Zabuza of the mist? Impossible. How is he still alive to tell the tale?" As Naruto's the two demon brothers, he survived them? As Naruto says, "Oh yeah, there was one other person." As they said, "And who was that?" Naruto says, I don't know how he looked, but he had long hair, and I don't know the color of his hair, but he looked, by the facial features, he looked really tired. He said his name was Itachi." As they all are surprised, because yet again, Naruto survived an SSS ranked shinobi. As basically, as basically, they ask, how did you survive him?" Naruto says, "I just talked with him. He was really sad." As they said, as Tsunade said, "Sad for what? For not having a home?" As Naruto says, "No. He said something about a little brother he wanted to take care of and having to kill his parents in the clan. I don't know about it, but he sounded really sad." As they said, "What?" As the third Hokage, as Naruto, he's trying to scramble through his memories, because Naruto, like I said, he's been walking for like 5 months, 5 years. He doesn't really remember much of the third, fourth, or fifth Hokage. As basically Naruto, he looks at the third, fourth, and fifth Hokage, meaning as Sarutobi, Minato, and Tsunade, and he's rumbling through his memories, and he says, "You look really familiar. Who are you?" As Naruto, he's looking until one of his clones come out. And it's actually like all of Naruto's clones are now they have their own bodies now. But yet they're still connected. They have their own bodies because, well, they took over Otsutsuki bodies. Well, their souls actually. Their souls took over Shadow Clone bodies. Basically, one of them walking into the room with an Otsutsuki body says, "Isn't those the three who got you, the one person that got you banished over there?" As Naruto looks and says, "Huh? Wait, what?" As the clone says, "Yeah, um, in your memories, you had this person with yellow hair? Yeah, it was her." As they all looked at Tsunade as, except for Sarutobi, because he knew what happened. Minato says, "Do you mind explaining to me what happened?" As 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 Tsunade says, "Banished? I never banished anyone. The only person that got banished was..." As her voice goes down and she says, "Naruto." As she charges at Naruto and says, "Why the hell are you here, you murderer?" As she tries to hit Naruto, but the other Kages come in clutch except for Minato and Sarutobi. As basically Kaze Kage catches that. Gara, even though he didn't seem much, he didn't have like much of a relationship with him. He started that little, like, he got into acquaintance with Naruto after that whole speech and shit like that. But then again, like, he met Naruto when Naruto was just wandering around inside the sand village. So yeah, Naruto was by their training ground, just standing there listening to their hand movements, and their whole ha and stuff like that, and their training and how they're using the sand. And Gara actually went to him and said, "Hey, are you okay?" Naruto says, "I'm okay," as Naruto was walking away, but Gara heard a grumble in his tummy. Grrr, and I swear, I'm such a childish person. Oh my god, hold on. I swear, I'm childish. But anyways, so yeah. Naruto, he's just minding his own business, and basically they have a chat with Tsunade being restrained for being a dumbass and attacking them after the whole Kage's all said, "Are you trying to start a war with us after this one?" As basically Tsunade gets frightened because, well, one small ass village like the Hidden Leaf can't go against all the other villages, no matter how much Kages you got. As Naruto's, he says, "I'll be back." As Naruto, he goes, and basically Naruto goes to the lab room. Tsunade, being the curious retard she is, she says, "Let's follow him." They follow him to a room where they see testing tubes. They don't know what it is, but they just see it. No, they should probably know what it is. They should, yeah. They see the testing tubes, and basically they see these bodies inside. They think it's human bodies. As Tsunade attacks him and says, "You are a murderer! You even experiment on human bodies!" As Naruto, he pulls out one of the arms that have been. He pulls out one of, like, he took out. No. He just looked inside. Yeah, he had one that was laying. He had tubes that were on the ground to be laid down, like, not like on the ground just rolling. No, like the floor platforms, like, not on exactly the floor, but like just laid down on something. As Naruto picked up the arm, they saw that the arm was not pale; it was white, as if their skin tone was naturally just white. As Naruto says, which Otsutsuki person was this?" As they said, "Otsutsuki." As they're confused. They don't know who the Otsutsukis are. Yeah. As they said, "What's an Otsutsuki?" As Naruto says, "Oh, as Hagoromo, your boy Hagoromo he was just in seclusion. He's been in seclusion for the last 1,000 years inside of his, space and time zone. As, sun just comes out around the corner as he says, "Hey, Naruto." As they all turn around to see an old man, and they think he's a clone. They said, "So you're a clone too?" As Hagoromo says, "No, I'm not a clone. I'm the Sage of Six Paths. Watch your tone, woman." As Tsunade, she gets a chill. Not a small one, but a big one. One that's enough to actually kill her. As she says, "What?" As they all hear Sage's six paths, and they said, "What? Impossible! Isn't he supposedly dead?" As Hagoromo says, "I was never dead." As Naruto says, "So, how was the seclusion, old man?" As he says, "I made a breakthrough." As Naruto says, "Through which realm?" As he says, "The ascension, the realm of ascending." As Naruto says, "Ooh, that's nice." As Hagoromo says, "But I'm still nowhere near yours." Naruto says, it's fine. As Hagoromo says, "How the hell did you even get that strong?" Naruto says, "Quite honestly, I'm still getting stronger." As Hagoromo says, "What do you mean?" As Naruto says, they're not done with that, huh? Ooh, how long has it been for them?" As Naruto, he thinks to himself, "There's the realm of infinity." As Naruto says, "Oh, wow." Naruto says, "I missed a few floors. Not a few, but practically a lot." So Naruto says, "You know what? I'll let my clones do it." As they're wondering what's going on, as Naruto, he contacts the clones inside the um the enlightenment zone. As Naruto says, "Clones, there's infinite floors. You guys should probably be going upwards, not downwards." As they said, "Wait, what? We have to pick up our swords again?" As Naruto says, "Yeah, if you want to. It doesn't really matter to me." As they said, "Okie dokie then." So the clones make clones that are fight with hands and many different weapons and the swords. So basically, Naruto says, "Okie dokie then. Now that's done. Let's check what the world of clones is doing." As Naruto, he snaps his finger and a portal opens up, and they're wondering how the hell did he do that, except for Hagoromo, because he's the only one that knows Ki, Chi, and um, QI. As basically they all walk inside following after him. As Naruto says, "Wow, they built a city in that quick of time. Interesting." As Naruto, as one of them notices, and they said, "Hey, it's Creator." As they all say, "Creator." As Naruto says, "Oh boy. I didn't really create you guys, but still." As Naruto says, "I know I created you guys, but you don't have to do that." As basically, basically, Naruto's clone, one of his clones, actually tried to attack him. As Naruto grabs that clone and says, "Your aura seems very familiar." As Naruto looks deeper inside and he says, "Oh, so it's you. You're the voice that was in me, my head saying that I will never escape this nothingness. So it seems that you yourself are the embodiment of nothing. Well then, let's make you something." As he said, "What?" As he says, "You are the representation of nothing." As he yells in pain, being given a name and a whole and a reason to exist. As Naruto says, like I said before, not everything in this world is nothing unless you make it something. I did not need a reason just to say that. I just felt like saying it. Okay. But actually, the first time I came up with this quote, that shit just hit me different. I'm not gonna lie. Even though I'm the one that created it, like the moment the first time I ever said this quote, like the first time I ever said it was actually in seventh grade. So like the first time I actually said it, that shit hit me different. I was like, oh wow, yo, I swear, this is. I feel enlightened. Like that's legit how it felt. So it was kind of weird to me for saying it like in seventh grade. I was like in seventh grade. I wouldn't say I was like cheery or anything like that. I'm mostly the one that actually makes people feel happy, but it's like depressed on the inside. But I don't show it. But we don't talk about that, do we now? Practically everybody who joins my channel is depressed. Shit, I named my channel "Depressed What Ifs." I feel so sad. Should I name this "Depressed What If"? Because it's either you have some sort of a problem, or you're just depressed, or you're anxious, or you have insomnia. Like I get the bad people, but still, they're also the good people. I have the bad but good people. Bad as in mental health, good as in personality and human being. Like I don't know how this works. It just works out. All right. But anyways, so yeah. So Naruto, he goes back home, and basically they talk. Or they're trying to convince him to go on in the war, and Tsunade is just trying to force him to go to the war. As Naruto slaps Tsunade, sends her flying out of the house and into the forest. Now she hit bedrock. Now Tsunade, she is in critical condition right now. As Tsunade says, "You bastard! Do you know who I am?" As Naruto says, "Yeah, I don't care who you are." As Minato says, "That's my son." As Naruto says, "I'm not your son. Don't you ever say I'm your son." As Minato senses bloodlust behind this, and he says, "What do you mean you are my son? Your mother gave..." As Naruto says, "Yeah, I didn't know mothers would abandon their kids to let them die a few years after leaving. I didn't know mothers neglected their kids. I didn't know mothers beat their kids for saying nothing wrong. I didn't know fathers paid attention to the younger siblings more than the older." As Minato, he's hearing these out of Naruto's mouth, and he's starting to think back to all the things that him and Kushina have done to Naruto. They've neglected him, they've abused him, they have not even fed him. As Naruto says, "Oh, so you're thinking about how you never fed me. The one that fed me was the Ichiraku ramen guy and Ino's parents." As Naruto here says Ino, and he thinks back and he says, "Ino, I'm sorry." As Naruto can just imagine Ino crying right now, and he feels devastated because Ino was the closest person to him since he was little. Now Naruto was still the cheery kid and stuff like that, but he had a slight crush on Sakura, but not that big of a crush. And Naruto, he's kind of heartbroken that, well, Ino has to suffer with him not being there. As Minato, seeing as he's a bad parent, all the Hokages look at Minato and with disgust, except for the third, because he knows about what happened, as about like how they treated Naruto and many more, especially the village. As basically Naruto holding no such thing as the Nine Tails inside of him was actually fucking greased. As Tsunade says, "Well, you were the one that had the Nine Tails fox inside you." As all the Hokages look at her, except for like Minato and third. Like if it's anyone in the Leaf Village, only the Leaf Hokage won't look at that person. As they all look at her like she's a retard, like Ed, like she's dumb. As she says, "What? It's true." As the Hokage, well, the Raikage says, "There, I, 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 I remembered. I remembered. I remembered what to call him. I have been blessed. God has blessed me with memories. My God." But anyways, yeah. And I almost forgot it again. I made a fool of myself yet again. The Raikage says there is no hint of any other source of chakra in that boy's body apart from his own. As she says, "What? Impossible." As she says, "Impossible. He has the Nine Tails inside of him." As they said, "No. Actually," he points at Minato and he says, "It's your two kids who has the Nine Tails inside of them." As as Minato starts sweating bullets, he starts sweating bullets like crazy. He just sweating bullets. And it was basically do I want to end it off here? Cause I'm not feeling it. I'm quite tired. I'm tired as fuck. Oh my God. I'm tired. I want to sleep. I'll go a little longer. I'm sorry that it's not going to plan. I'm just tired. I'm so sorry. This is kind of like the first episode of what if Asta could use mana and magic directly. I feel like a failure. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I'll do my best next time when I'm actually awake, and that's probably gonna be this afternoon, but don't have high hopes. I know I said this part was supposed to be like yesterday afternoon, but the boy fell asleep watching YouTube. Like, it legit be like that. I was listening to a what if. I was reading comics. Your boy felt real sleepy. And, he just said, I'm gonna just rest my eyes for a quick minute. And then 3 hours later, your boy wakes up. It's 8 o'clock. And he's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not making this video no more. It's about to be noisy in this house anyways. So, yeah, your boy just, he said, fuck it. And he just watched his videos and then went to sleep at like, what, 2 in the morning? Yeah, 2 in the morning. As this is my daily routine. Like, make a video in the morning for you guys. And just wait out the whole day watching YouTube or just playing Roblox with my little brother. And then, like, cause like I don't really play games that much unless I'm playing Dragonstorm Fantasy or some shit like that. And then like and then possibly make a video at like from 3 to 5, from 3 to 7 actually. Yeah, from 3 to 7. And then no, that's not how it actually works. Actually, it's from 3 to 6. It's failure after failure when making the videos. Yes, that's actually how it works. I make my videos constantly. It takes hours to make my videos because each video is an hour long. So I have to plan the video, not script it, plan it for an hour straight. Like each hour video, I plan it for a whole hour. And if I don't like it, I start over until it's another hour done. And then after that, I lay my ass down on my bed after making this video. Get back up afterwards. Watch YouTube. Eat some more. And then eat some more after that because I have a high metabolism. Watch some more videos to get inspiration. Read your comments. Then watch YouTube for the rest of the night until like it's like 12 or 1. Yeah, 12 or 2. Actually, 12 or 2. Actually, the latest I sleep is probably like 4 or 5. Actually, the latest I've ever slept is actually 6. Yeah, not 6 in the afternoon. No, 6 in the morning. Yeah. So that's how it works. So yeah, I have a really interesting daily routine. You may be wondering, how the hell have you not collapsed from exhaustion? I don't know. It just happens. Okay, I'm just built different. Okay, my body just built different. Okay, my body is made to think. My body gives me the amount that I need to stay alive and walk from thinking. Did you know that I survive only off of water and sometimes food? Yes, I mostly drink water. I don't eat a lot. But when I do eat, I eat a lot. In the comments, make that make sense. Because I can't. But anyways, so yeah. So, Minato sweating bullets, and Minato says, I don't know what you're talking about. As the Mizukage, she already met them little shits. As she says, stop lying, your little shits have the 9-tails giant 9-tails fox inside them. As Minato says, who are you calling little shits, and how did you meet my kids? As he says, I met them on a mission being dumbasses. They nearly got themselves killed by a monster. As like, this is not the same one where Naruto met the Mizukage and the whole kiss scene happens, because who the fuck wants to kiss Hinato? I'm like, who the fuck wants to kiss Hinato? Ew. What the fuck? So yeah. Now we skip to Ino. Ino, she don't wear pink no more. She wear black. She got black Air Force energy in her blood now. Anyone that comes near her, she gets pissed. Anytime she hears them talking about, like, anyone in the village talking about, like, Naruto and stuff like that, she gets pissed. Anytime she sees Sakura and Sakura tries to talk to her, she punches Sakura in the face, sending her flying. Because for some reason, Sakura don't get the hint that she doesn't want to talk to her. Quite honestly, she hates her. So, yeah, that's basically how it goes. Actually, the same goes for, like, everybody in the village. So, and mostly Team 7, like Kakashi and Sakura, and anyone in affiliation with them gets Black Air Force treatment as well. So Sai and Yamato didn't have it good. Hence is why he doesn't marry Sai in the future. As a matter of fact, she hit Yamato inside in the back with a wooden rod. With a metal rod, not wooden. Metal rod, yeah. So, let's explain how it happened. You know, she always has a metal rod that comes in clutch. Actually, she walks around with a wooden rod. Hmm. No, she learned a little bit of space-time jutsu from Naruto. That was when Naruto could actually use chakra. His space-time jutsu was we can only store like one to five things. So, yeah, depends on the size though. If it's something like really big, like a whole like cabinet or like a whole coffin, he could probably fit like three coffins. But if it's something like a wardrobe, he could probably fit like one. He could only fit like one or two. If it's a fridge, he's fitting only one of those fuckers inside of that space. So she has the metal rod inside that. As a matter of fact, she has trained the space-time jutsu to store at least 100 of those metal rods. As they try to talk to her and shake her hand, but she takes up the metal rod and hits those motherfuckers in the head, the stomach, the back, and the legs, putting them in the hospital for 2 weeks. And everybody's wondering what happened to her, especially her parents. And then it finally clicked them. Oh shit, she had a crush on Naruto. And then they remembered, oh shit, they banished that nigga. So that's kind of how it works. It's basically, yeah. So we skip back to the village to Naruto's perspective, who's minding his own business. He says, I'll think about it. You guys can go now. As they said, but what about the... Naruto says, I'll think about it. I'll think about it. And if I do come, I won't be staying there for long. As the Raikage says, alright, kid. Well, it's glad to see you're doing good. As the other Kages, except for, of course, the Leaf Kages, especially Tsunade, who is now knocked the fuck out, because Naruto decided to throw a bedrock brick at her head, knocking her the fuck out, but also giving her a concussion and a broken skull. Now she was able to heal herself slightly with 100 healings jutsu before she was passed the fuck out. So, yeah. Now the Mizukage tries to do the thing that she did with Naruto with the whole kissing and taking his chakra, but then she noticed that there is something else other than chakra inside of his body, and that is QI. Now that shit severely injures her internal organs. And she says, that hurts. As Naruto says, you really shouldn't have done that. Oh my god. As Naruto taps her on the back and he says, I want you to concentrate and breathe through your stomach, not your chest. As she does that, and immediately when doing that, she feels a weird sensation. And also it starts to hurt as Naruto says, okay, after like 2 minutes later of like meditating, Naruto says, okay, you're healed now. She says, I'm fine. Wow. As basically, like, the Hokage's left. The Hokage's already left. Like, Mei was the only one left, because she wanted to be with Naruto. As Mei says, don't you love me? As Naruto says, sorry, I have someone I like. As Mei says, I'm just playing with you. Well then, I'll see you later, Naruto. As Naruto says, okay. And I think that's where I'm going to be leaving it off. Yeah, I'm tired. I have to go. My daily routine was interesting. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Yeah, so goodbye, guys.